Hello, teacher. Hello, students. Welcome to today's lesson on monosaccharide carbohydrates. In our last lesson, we reviewed the classification of organic molecules, and we learned about carbohydrates. We briefly discussed the three categories of carbohydrates: monosaccharides, disaccharides, and polysaccharides, and looked at examples of each. Today, we are going to focus our study on monosaccharides. We are going to learn about the structure of monosaccharides and look at glucose, galactose, and fructose. Are you ready to begin, students? Monosaccharides are the simplest carbohydrates that consist of only one unit of sugar. Monosaccharides are the building blocks of disaccharides, such as sucrose, and polysaccharides, such as cellulose and starch. More complex carbohydrates are made up of two or more monosaccharides joined together. Monosaccharides are categorized by the number of carbon atoms that are present in a molecule. A triose monosaccharide contains 3 carbon atoms, and the formula is C3H6O3. A pentose monosaccharide contains 5 carbon atoms, and the formula is C5H10O5. A hexose monosaccharide contains 6 carbon atoms, and the formula is C6H12O6. Monosaccharides can also be categorized according to their functional group. A functional group is a group of atoms within a molecule that behaves in a particular way. There are 2 functional groups in monosaccharides. The first is the aldehyde group. The formula for this group is CHO. The monosaccharides within this group are called aldoses. The second group is called the ketone group. The formula for this group is a double bond between carbon and oxygen atoms. The monosaccharides in this group are called ketoses. If you take a look at the diagram on the screen, you can see each type of sugar according to the 2 classifications. One difference between the groups is the ability to polymerize into complex carbohydrates. A polymer is a large molecule composed of repeating structural units. The majority of all polysaccharides found in living organisms are polymers of aldose monosaccharides. Students, let us do an activity. Please fill in the blanks to complete the statements about monosaccharides.
Students, let's get ready. Begin. Time's up. Let's get back to our lesson.
Welcome back, students. I hope that activity was not too difficult. Let us go over the answers together. Monosaccharides are the simplest carbohydrate that consists of 1 unit of sugar. Monosaccharides are categorized by the number of carbon atoms that are present in a molecule. A hexose monosaccharide has 6 carbon atoms. A functional group is a group of atoms within a molecule that behave a certain way. If you were able to correctly fill in all the blanks, great work. As we can see in the diagram of sugar, the monosaccharides are shown in a straight chain form and can also be shown in a ring form. This is a diagram of two monosaccharides, glucose and fructose, in both the straight chain and ring formations. The diagram shows us the positions of the atoms in the molecule according to the number labeled. If we look at a simplified version of the structure of a glucose molecule, we can understand the overall shape of the molecule. Glucose is the most important monosaccharide to all organisms. Glucose plays an essential role in metabolism. In its straight chain form, the glucose molecule has an open chain of 6 carbon atoms, C1 through C6. C1 is part of an aldehyde group, and each of the other 5 carbons has 1 hydroxyl group and 1 hydrogen atom. The remaining bonds of the back carbons are formed by hydrogen atoms H. Therefore, glucose is a hexose and an aldose, or an aldohexose. Other 6-carbon monosaccharides include fructose and galactose. They are isomers of glucose. These isomers are constantly converted into glucose or synthesized from glucose. Students, let us do an activity to review what we have learned. Match the term listed on the left side of the screen with the statement that best describes it on the right side of the screen. You may begin now.
Students, let's get ready. Time's up. Let's get back to our lesson.
Hello again, students. I am sure that was a simple activity for you. Let us review the answers to see how you did. An isomer is a compound with the same molecular formula but a different structural formula. Straight chain form shows the structure of molecules. Fructose is an isomer of glucose. Ketoses are monosaccharides in the ketone group. Glucose is the most important monosaccharide to all living organisms. Aldoses are monosaccharides in the aldehyde group. Were you able to match all of the terms? If so, fantastic work. We have reached the end of our lesson. Today, we studied monosaccharide carbohydrates. We learned about the structure of monosaccharides as well as how they are categorized. We also learned about 3 essential monosaccharides: glucose, fructose, and galactose. Until next lesson, thank you, teacher. Thank you, students.